Is everyone ready? Everyone present?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out why my voice is lagging.
Alright, in the Fantasy Grounds chat, you'll see a little vote button. When everybody checks the box, we'll begin.
I'm completely blind. I don't know where the vote box is.
You
Do you
don't see it like
your
in the chat box?
Oh.
the chat window?
I was looking in Discord.
That's why I prefaced it with in Fantasy Grounds.
That didn't help.
Obviously.
Alright, so when last we left off with our band of merry adventurers, you had just been tasked to take on a job for a notorious pirate known as Left Hand Jack. You had boarded a ship with Captain Stillwater to go out and do a retrieval of a vessel, a small two-masted merchant vessel known as the Aether Sprite. The job had gone off without a hitch, but during your return trip, you were waylaid by a larger galleon that had taken up alongside you and were attacked by multiple pirates and these strange robed figures that seemed to summon this mystical fire about them. And during the battle between the ships, Captain Stillwater leapt across to try to eliminate these robed figures. And the ship caught fire and exploded, killing Captain Stillwater and almost taking Drazar out in the process as he ran away and just barely made the leap to be saved by Korg's arms. You commandeered the vessels for yourself and went back to the town of Duskwall where you had picked up the job, where a halfling met you at the dock, talking about a strange chest that you had earlier tried to open but unsuccessfully. He led you to a small inn known as the Drunken Swine in the slums of the city of Duskwall, where in the basement you met with the infamous Left Hand Jack, or as Korg knew them, Jacqueline, a pirate captain that had risen up in fame in the last 3 years or so. She very eloquently spoke to the party with some flowery language and asked you some questions about the chest and its contents, including this strange symbol that you had encountered or that she showed you from the chest itself. The symbol didn't really mean anything to you guys. You guys hadn't really seen it. And she asked for a description of these strange robed figures and then offered you a job. Seeing as she was down a few crewmates, she asked you to look into securing an invitation to a gala up in one of the nobles' quarters in 2 days' time. She gave you a few hints about where you could go, and you guys set out and went shopping for some fancy clothes. Placed an order for Korg because they couldn't size it right. Drazar picked up some fancy clothing. and Darkstorm robbed the man while you guys distracted him. And then you continued journeying. You discovered that the watch captain, the captain of the guard, had an invitation, and that he liked to frequent a male brothel down in the slums, where you guys then accosted him and followed him to his house, where during the intervening smash and grab to try to steal, Darkstorm slipped up and the man became noticed. At that point in time, you guys engaged in some battle, lured him out into the street, and as he fled for his life, you killed him to prevent any witnesses from being able to notice your crime, and decided at that point in time to head back to the Drunken Swine to rest and recover as you continued on, with Darkstorm managing to grab several papers off of the floor as she ran out, hoping to have the party invitation be among them. One thing for you guys, I told you that the Empire, the guards had the symbol of the Empire upon their tabards. They typically wore like this maroon colored tabard upon them with the sigil of the Empire. And I didn't have that graphic prepared last week, so it's prepared this week. Here's the sigil of the Mordon Empire for your perusing.
It has been perused.
So at this point in time, you guys are heading back to the inn. Korg and Drozar, as you head back, you notice that Darkstorm is not with you at this point in time. And as you continue going on, just shortly before re-entering into the slums, Darkstorm rejoins you. And in the distance, you can see this faint orange glow out in the back from the main part of the town of Duskfall as you guys arrive at the Drunken Swine Inn.
Did we already pay for a room in here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to my room.
Hello, Doc Storm.
Li-
Oh.
She's not with us, right? You said that?
No, she just rejoins you at the end.
Okay. Well, I think that maybe we should probably lay low for at least maybe, well, I don't know, a day or something. I don't feel very good right now. Don't feel good. I think maybe I'll go to my room. I'm gonna go lay down.
Let's go turn in the invitation.
Yeah, I'm going to my room.
You guys all share a room.
I'm still going to my room.
Jazar, Darkstorm, what are you guys doing?
I think we should go talk to left-handed Jack.
Rosar, you want a drink?
Sure.
I didn't hear what Darkstorm said.
To the barkeep, I order a drink. And one for Rosar.
It was pretty late in the night. It's around like 3 a.m. So he kind of looks at you. It's not the normal barkeep that was there before. It's kind of like a night shift guy. And as you come up and start to order drinks, he just kind of looks at you like, it's 3 in the morning. We ain't serving nothing right now.
Pop a gold on the counter. What are you serving right now?
he looks at the gold and he quickly puts it in his pocket, and then he kind of grabs 2 dirty mugs and he fills them with like this watery ale and slaps it down. Like, that's the best you're gonna get right now.
Well, thank you.
What's that?
I guzzle this beverage.
It's like just not high quality at all. It's a little rancid. It's like low tier. Like the dregs of the ale from like last week just cut with water to make it last a little bit longer.
Some good stuff, barkeep. What?
Why is this the best we're getting?
He gestures around the inn. He's like, "Did you not hear that we ain't serving nothing?"
Doc Storm. Just put gold on table. He give you a new drink.
Were you asking for another drink?
No, just saying how to do it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just didn't hear the first time. It cut out completely.
Just put gold on table. He give you a new
On
drink.
the table.
He swipes the gold and puts it in his pocket, and then gestures at the mug he had already poured for you. He's like, "There you go."
Thanks.
I could do this all night if that's what you're looking for.
Just looking for a good time. We'll be back.
I think we should head to our room. It is getting
Why
late.
not?
Alright, so you guys go to the room as well?
Yes.
Alright, so you go upstairs, find your room. Korg's already there, of course.
I'm not really sleeping. Like I'm kind of sitting on the bed. Like I'm not feeling super well. Like don't feel great right now.
I give him the bucket. For
I don't have to use the toilet. I just don't feel very good right now.
why?
We just killed a man in
I,
cold blood. An innocent man over a simple invitation to a party. He didn't really have to die.
And I'm gonna take out the envelope that stated the thievery and tell them about it. And it
You're cutting out
fought with this.
really bad. I only caught like half of what you're trying to say. Alright, so Darkstorm pulls out that letter that is the night reports talking about a theft in the day that described a cat, turtle, and bird person that had been in a gentlemanly shop, and during the time had robbed the shop while the turtle distracted the tailor, and the bird distracted the shop owner. Several items had gone missing, and it looked like it was a kind of like a well orchestrated plot to steal from the shop. And they put out a notice looking for you guys, and they had sent that report up to the guard captain, and it was sitting on his desk, and she stole that.
These reports sound strangely like us.
I didn't rob anybody though.
I didn't rob anybody though.
Issues we don't have to deal with when we were playing in person. Connectivity. Okay, so you guys were discussing the note and the letter that Darkstorm had taken about you guys setting up a heist to rob the gentleman's clothing store, and how Korg didn't feel good about murdering the guard captain in the street.
I don't know what you guys are going to do, but I think I'm going to lay down a little bit right here. I think I'm going to go to sleep for now.
Is that your first kill?
No, but that was my first murder of innocent people. I don't have a problem killing people who are attacking me. I have a problem breaking into people's house and murdering them in the night. That's a different story.
Get some rest. You'll feel better in the morning.
I shall also go to sleep.
Okay, so you guys are going to attempt to rest,
Yep.
recover from the night's antics. You as well, Darkstorm.
Yeah, I'll perch somewhere.
All right, so you guys, you know, try to rest up, uh, go to sleep in your cramped room, taking your various perches and on the floor, crouch under the bed. And a couple hours into the night, you guys are you guys hear the small creaking sound of footsteps that awakens Drazar and Korg. It sounds like somebody's like outside of your room, because I rolled a nat 1 on a stealth check. And as you look at the door, it kind of pushes open, and you see the halfling from earlier, who looks a little startled to see that the two of you woke up and are staring at the door, pretty much. It's like, oh, good. The lot of you are already awake. Wake up the cat and let's go. Grab your shit. Left Hand Jack wants to talk to you.
Okay. I didn't have to use the restroom, but can I bring my hammer instead?
Did I say grab your shit and come, or did I say leave all your shit behind?
But I didn't take a shit. I'm so confused. I'll wake up Dark Storm and we'll be on our way. I'm gonna go wake up Darkstorm. Hey,
I can't
Darkstorm,
breathe.
Darkstorm. Hey, we need to go meet with the with Jack. Also, if you pooped earlier, you're supposed to bring it.
What?
That
Alright.
were the instructions. He said, grab all your shit. So grab it and let's go.
I think you just meant to get your stuff.
Well, I did say I was gonna bring the hammer too, so I think we'll be okay if we bring weapons. But be sure to grab all that shit too, if you did that earlier.
I go walk over to the halfling. Alright. I will grab my shit.
He huffs a little bit and turns around and heads downstairs, expecting you guys to follow him.
We follow.
I'm following.
He takes you down into the small part of the cellar underneath the drunken swine, but it's empty this time. You notice he goes towards a back wall, and he kind of there's a strange like mark there, and he kind of presses the mark, and this kind of shimmer takes place on the wall, and he just kind of walks through it.
I place my hands on Korg's back and then start pushing him forward, say, let's follow him.
I was already following, but I'll keep following some more.
So you guys walk through the kind of shimmering uh wall there, and you end up in a tunnel that seems to connect to the back of the inn, and he leads you kind of through this long kind of winding way. This eldritch light sort of shines across the tunnel so that you can see fairly well without the need for torches or anything like that. It's like this luminescent glow that just comes from something painted kind of across the ceiling. And it's a pretty healthy jog, about 20-25 minutes before you get to where you're going. Several branching paths that seem to go off into various directions, but he never stops. He moves unerringly to where he wants. And you enter into you pass through another wall and you enter into another small room. This one's lavishly decorated. It's got like plush carpets across very nice wooden floor, wall hangings, some arcane globes hang on the ceiling that seem to slowly ebb and flow with like this arcane bluish light that illuminates the room. And behind this really fancy, nice desk, sitting in a plush chair, is Left Hand Jack. And she looks at you as you come in, and you see this just grimace upon her face as the three of you enter into the room. And the halfling moves off and goes off to the side. And she looks at the three of you. Like, 15 fucking hours. That's how long the three of you were in my fucking town. 15 fucking hours. And you make a mess of every fucking thing possible. First, get a report that you rob a fucking store in broad daylight with nobody fucking around. Then, mysteriously, a couple hours ago, the captain of the guard found dead. His house burned to the ground. His wife burned to death. 7 other houses in the neighborhood burned to a crisp. Multiple families dead before they were able to put out the flames. And guess what I find out? A cat, a fucking turtle, and a fucking bird were seen harassing the guard captain at a gentleman's club just a few hours prior to his murder. And they just sent a report up about a cat, a fucking turtle, and a fucking bird person who had just robbed a store, with the report being sent to the fucking guard captain that very night.
I definitely have nothing to do with any fires in the city.
I can second that remark. No fires for me.
I have no idea how there were any fires.
I don't even
You
possess
telling me
magic.
you had nothing to fucking do with the death of a city watch guard captain?
I said the fires I had nothing to do with. Also, the death thing, that was not my fault or my decision.
She looks at Darkstorm, who hasn't said anything yet. What the fuck do you know about this?
Or the robbery, to be fair.
Yes, I stole. We took a few trinkets. I made sure I wasn't caught. Apparently caught anyway.
No fucking shit! You made sure you weren't fucking caught? Let me ask you a question. If I walk up to you right now and your shit goes missing and I'm the only one in the fucking room, who do you think fucking did it?
You.
No fucking shit. This is why you don't fucking steal shit in the middle of the day when you're by yourself, you stupid fucking cat.
Meow.
Yeah, I
What the
did not
fuck
steal
happened with the
anything.
guard captain?
He almost killed himself when he jumped out of a building onto the stone. And then he was attacking us, and I said you need to stop. We're not trying to kill anybody or do anything like that, but he kept trying to kill us, and so it resulted in violence.
We followed him home from a club. We able to spot where he was. We waited until nightfall where everybody was asleep. Plan was to go inside, steal the invitation, nobody be the wiser.
You burned an entire city block to the fucking ground. How the fuck is nobody supposed to be the wiser to that?
I didn't finish. Got caught. Still stole the envelope. I take it out and I show her. Here's your invitation. Give it to Drazar. Here. Yes. I only wanted to burn that house down to cover our tracks and make sure we weren't spotted. For you. Didn't plan for the rest of the buildings to catch fire. I feel kind of bad about that part. The kids are safe.
How many people did you kill?
Is there a chair somewhere near, or like a bucket or something to sit on?
No. The only chair in the room is the chair she's sitting in.
Then I'm gonna like sit cross-legged on the ground and try to like compose myself. Because at this point I'm like borderline throwing up.
7 fucking houses burned to the ground. 23 fucking people, women and fucking children. You're not only the worst fucking thieves I've ever encountered, you're the worst fucking arsonists too.
Well, I
I-
didn't steal or burn anything down. That is not one of my many few talents.
I didn't burn anything. I didn't steal anything. I paid for everything I've got, including my cane.
I also
Really?
paid in advance for my clothes that I guess we're not going to pick up now.
What do you gotta say, Cat?
Well, this turned into a tale.
Is there some way to fix what has been done? I know you can't bring people back from the dead or anything like that, but is there something that we can do to help uh, maybe calm the storm that is happening right now?
Hey, we got the invitation, right?
Let me see the fucking invitation.
Puckstorm.
I gave it to you.
I pull out the invitation and give it to her.
She opens it up and kind of pulls it out and looks it over and kind of nods her head. She's like, oh, at least this entire fucking thing isn't a loss. You got the skills to copy this, right? Like your fucking father?
How do you know my father?
You told me. I fucking asked you about it yesterday.
Good point. Yes, I can copy it.
Alright. I need you to fucking make a copy of this invitation with a special fucking name. It needs to say Jacqueline Ardine. Fucking got that? And she kind of writes it down and hands it to you.
Okay. Is there anything else that I should change to make it look more authentic for you?
You're the fucking forger, you tell me.
Just wondering, I'm not from here.
Fucking make it look like that. Fucking my name.
Do you have any paper?
She looks at you and she just. Do you know what the fuck you're doing?
Yes.
You don't have a fucking kit?
Apparently not.
I have a piece of paper here. I have one piece of parchment right here.
Excellent, the paper.
Also, here are some painter's supplies. If you need them, you can do that.
Yes, that'll work.
Have you ever fucking forged anything?
Yes, all the time for a previous captain. Captain Stillwater asked me make papers all the time for him.
Make a deception check.
I could have swore that I actually bought a forgery kit. Apparently I did not.
I only had one sheet of parchment. No, I have 10 of them. I have 10.
She gives you like this squinty eye. She's like, Captain fucking Stillwater had you make shit. During the 5 days you were fucking traveling?
Yeah. Like the inventory I was going to show the guards before they let us into the port.
Fine. Fucking making a false manifest isn't as complicated as making a fucking royal invitation. You fucking understand that, right?
Of course.
Just out of curiosity, how much XP is 23 women and kids?
None, because they don't present a challenge to you.
But they're at least a CR level of .001, right? You add them up, that's at least a quarter.
They're all CR0.
Dang it! All right. Yes, that's fine.
Fires in close packed cities with wooden houses is not the most efficient method to avoid spreading.
We found the best way to like just boost our XP. We just go burning down all villages, killing
Dude,
thousands.
milestone
XP.
leveling anyways.
I know, I'm just joking. All right, I gave him my parchment, so he's got it. He's doing his thing.
Okay, I begin working on it.
Alright. Make a intelligence check with your well, you
I do have the
are
trait of
not.
expert forgery.
Yeah, that gives you advantage, but it looks like you're not proficient with a forger's kit.
That would make sense
So you
since
just
I don't
have
have one.
advantage on this
Um, is it?
intelligence check.
Okay, you said regular intelligence check?
Yeah, if you were proficient with a forgery kit, I'd give you uh proficiency, but so just advantage intelligence. Intelligence seems like the right check for or maybe sleight of hand.
Sure. Holy crap.
All
I
right.
think you smudged that corner right there a little bit.
You work through your seamless copy. The materials you have aren't necessarily the best materials, and when you finish, you can tell it just doesn't look right, like at all.
I do have another piece of paper if you want to practice again.
Like you can see the original, it has like these special flowery inks, and they have like it has this seal on it that's this wax stamped seal, and you don't have any wax. Like you tried to like color that in with like the ink, but it's just you don't have a full kit, and it's just not working out to your advantage. And left hand Jack's just kind of staring at you, watching you kind of work. It's like watching your kids like draw a picture with crayons right now.
I I would like to try again. This is an art form.
She pinches like the bridge of her nose. She looks down. She's like, "Look, I don't fucking like where this shit is going, but right now you're fucking all I got. But I need you to fucking lay low until the event tomorrow. Guards are gonna be up my fucking ass in this city. They're fucking all over the place looking for you guys. The fucking prince arrives tomorrow morning, and I can't fucking afford to have you guys get caught and fuck up my plans."
Do we don't want to stay in the tavern in our room? Is that good, or do you think
No,
maybe we should be somewhere a little bit more discreet?
I think we should stay in here.
I've I've got the perfect fucking place for you because it turns out I got another fucking job. One I think you're a little bit better suited to than fucking thievery.
Is it murder?
She like,
You can see like it pays me to say it, and there's like coming out.
no, it's not fucking murder.
Oh, thank you, because I don't think my stomach can handle another murder right now.
I've got more preparation I need to make before we go to the ball fucking tomorrow. There's some shit I need from the nearby forest in order to make this shit work out. I'm gonna send you on a little fetch quest.
I am good at fetching.
I'm sure you fucking are. She looks at the other two, Trezar and Darkstorm.
I accept.
Oh, oh yes, then I also accept.
What's the job?
We are going to pick up stuff in the forest.
Thank you, Korg.
I'm working on a special fucking project. I'm missing a key fucking ingredient. There's a cave 3 fucking hours from here. Got some fucking mushrooms in there that I need in order to finish what I'm working on. I need you guys to go fucking get it. Should be fucking simple, right?
I can definitely pick a mushroom.
Don't fucking eat the mushrooms.
Oh,
Whatever you do, don't eat the fucking mushrooms.
okay. Also, what kind of mushrooms like are they, or what do they maybe look like?
They're small, reddish in color. They grow very specific location. See, this cave used to be a fucking source of aether. These mushrooms are infused with some concentrated aether essence in them. That's the shit I fucking need.
Okay. Do you have a map to the cave, or the in the just the direction kind of?
Do I fucking look like a nature survivalist?
Well, don't know. Probably not.
Fucking head north. Couple
Oh,
fucking hours. Look for mountains. That's where caves fucking are.
that sounds easy enough. We can do that. What time of the morning is it right now?
It's like 5 a.m.
Okay. Are you guys ready to go? We did grab all of our stuff, and I didn't shit earlier. I was supposed to bring it, but because he said to bring it, but I didn't bring. I didn't have any. But we're ready to go, right?
Yes. Yes, we can go.
So, just earlier, you guys didn't get like a full rest.
Yeah.
But it was long enough to count as a short rest if you wanted to spend hit die for recovery for the injured people.
My rage. It comes back every long rest, or is it short rest?
Long rest.
Okay, so I still have. Or let me check.
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
All right, I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Well, that was didn't plan for that. I'm sorry. All I wanted was to cover our tracks, not burn the
Oh, you
village
covered the
down.
tracks.
They were officially covered. All of the tracks. I don't think they saw any of them.
Except for the part where they know exactly who we are and what we look like.
That's not our tracks. Our tracks were covered. That's just our faces.
But me being Kasenki, sorry, y'all. Thought I fixed it.
Yeah, don't worry
At
about it.
least so my character would fix it,
You did fix it.
I guess. Eh.
I still fucking expect that invitation fucking tomorrow. You got it?
Yes.
I have a total of 9
You
more
guys-
parchments for you to try with.
Did you guys want to do okay, I see. Yep, hit die. That's weird. It went to the tower. That's weird. All right. So you guys are ready to head out?
I'm good.
Good.
Well, let's go then.
As you guys get ready to leave, Cliff comes to escort you out, and he takes you back into the tunnels, and he leads you for a pretty decent long walk, and eventually you come out and you enter out into like a sewer grate out in the outside the town, where it seems to like drain out in the island, and carved up on the side of this like cliff face are these stairs that kind of lead up into the outer forested area around the town. You know, huge sheer drop down for tens of thousands of feet from the floating island to your right, and a nice like forested area leading up into the mountains to your left. And you're just slightly north of the town of Duskfall itself.
Keep heading north.
He looks at you, he's like, don't fuck this up. Like, you're already making a mess of fucking shit. I don't even know why she's keeping you on. Probably something to do with fucking Turtlehead there and their old times together. You're fucking lucky she didn't cut your fucking nuts off.
That would be very difficult to do inside of my shell.
Mine are inside
And
of
I
my
don't
body.
have any. I don't have any.
Well, you're fucking lucky she didn't take your hand then. You know how she got the fucking name Left Hand Jack, right?
Is that what happened to your hand?
He holds up both his hands that he has.
Oh, I thought this was the guy that was missing the hand.
No, that was the half orc.
Oh, I take it back then. Never mind.
Or
Sorry.
the Goliath. The Goliath was missing his left hand.
I thought that's the guy who was leading us. I didn't remember his name, so my bad. Never mind.
She fucking takes the left hands of people that piss her the fuck off. If you want to keep both your fucking hands, I suggest you don't fuck this up.
That would make it very hard to swing a hammer.
Let's get that mushroom.
Just fucking get this shit and come back.
Wait, we'll go get the mushrooms, and then we'll be back. Okay, to the north, and I start walking west.
Korg,
Yes.
wrong way.
Oh, how about maybe you guys lead the way and I'll follow?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, somebody make a survival check. Despite Korg's lack of directional competence, he still has some decent skills when it comes to surviving in the wilderness and moving around. So you kind of make your way north, heading into the mountains, and as you amble along, eventually it turns kind of to rougher terrain and ground, and then you kind of start moving into rockier areas, kind of looking for the cave. It takes a couple hours to journey around, but eventually in the distance you see kind of a crack in the mountains that seems to dig deeper in to the area.
So, I think that maybe for the future, we shouldn't set houses on the fire inside of cities. Can we all take a group zoo crew vote on that?
I believe it is situational.
Okay. Yes, but burning down 23 innocent family peoples is not the way I want to run the business.
It wasn't part of the plan.
Yes, but even if the plan goes awry and somebody maybe chases us in the future, I would rather warrant maybe or risk maybe getting arrested than also having to kill 23 innocent women and children.
Fine. I can agree on the women and children part.
Or maybe just murder in general. I don't have a problem killing, but I prefer to do it to people who deserve it.
Isn't it murder even if they deserve it?
Which
I well,
one?
not as badly though. I can actually justify that.
Case, he was gonna kill me, and y'all killed him. Thank you. Let's move on to the mushroom. I won't burn a town down.
Yes, let's look for a giant cave.
Can't miss it.
And you guys are standing outside of a cave entrance.
Hey, look, I
As I
found
had
one.
just said that you were at the cave.
That was a quick 3 hours. Look, it is a giant cave right here. How coincidental. Let's look inside this cave for those mushrooms. Hey, maybe you try again on that forgery thing real quick and see before we go in here?
Okay, can I use your back?
Of course, you can. What do you need my back for?
Solid surface.
Okay. Do you want me to just stand over against the wall, or what do you want me to do?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I'll stand against the wall. Wait, oh, first here is one piece of paper. I'll take out a piece of parchment again. And all of my painting supplies. Don't mix the paints, though. I don't like it when the paints get mixed. Makes me angry. And then I'll stand over against the wall.
Okay, I try again.
Wait, what was that?
Hold on, that didn't work. There you go.
All right, you think you have a pretty respectable copy. Hopefully it will hold up to inspection.
All right. Do you?
Can I
Is
see
that the
that?
one?
Yeah, I show it off. Look at my work. It's amazing.
Did you
I want
mix
to
any of my
investigate it.
paints?
No.
I'm gonna look through the paints while he's doing that and put them away carefully.
Make an investigation check. Both of you.
Oh, okay. I am very investigative.
So for Korg, the paint's you do a cursory glance. You don't really notice anything.
Oh, the
You
paint
just
looks great. Thank you for not
yeah,
mixing them.
looks fine to you.
This is almost better than when I gave it to you. This is amazing. It's almost like you made the colors even more brighter.
I organize them.
This is a much better arrangement than before. Thank you.
And then Darkstorm, you know, you look over it. It passes a cursory check for the writing and the script and everything like that. You do notice that it still is missing a wax seal that was on the original copy for authenticity.
Hey, Jazar,
Yes,
I need the wax seal.
we need to find wax. I only had paint.
I think I actually have candles. Hold on.
Let's not do
Oh,
it here, though.
maybe I
Maybe
don't.
this left-handed Jack wants to inspect it first.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, let us then go get all the mushrooms. Wait, do we know how many mushrooms she needs?
Let's just get as many as we can find.
Okay, let's go get the
So,
mushrooms.
I have candles that we can use, but I would like to do a I'd like to look around the cave and see if there's any tracks, if something's living in here.
Make an investigation check or survival, whichever one for tracks.
Oh, fuck.
Wah wah.
So you can see around the mouth of the cave and stuff like that. It's difficult to tell. There's some scuff marks here and there, but they look old. Like it's hard for you to really tell if there's anything going on with the cave.
I'm going inside the cave.
Clear.
All right, you guys enter the cave. As you go inside, it kind of winds down a little bit, and you immediately begin to feel that cool air envelop your body as the scent of sort of wet stone and the kind of takes over the dampness in the cave. It definitely like has this palpable feeling of just kind of wetness to it. You get deeper, you start to smell like this more rank, like nasty smelling as Drazar and Korg stumble around, blind in the dark, sort of Darkstorm,
Can I take
seeing
out a
her way
torch?
through. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take out a torch.
So you take out, you light your torch, and you can see, finally you and Drazar can
Yeah, as soon
see
as it
through the
like got
cave.
dark, like enough to need one, I think I would have pulled one out. So
And you kind of move around. Eventually, you come down to an area that starts to open up into the cave, and you see before you it opens up into like a large chamber, and your torchlight is just bright enough to kind of illuminate what looks like old blood stains curved across the ground.
Interesting.
Something
And
died
I'm
here.
trying to share this image. May have killed. Uh, oh, there we go.
It's coming. That could be mushroom blood. You know.
No.
I can't move my character. It moves the whole map when I try and move him.
Hmm.
Same.
Ditto.
That's because I'm dumb. There's I have map layers turned on. You guys can only interact with the top layer, and I accidentally put it on the bottom layer from when I was building the map out.
Yep, I can move again. We're good.
What are you guys doing?
Walking forward.
As you move forward, you can start to hear this strange sound, something rummaging around in the dark and churning. As the light of your torch starts to illuminate, you hear like this shriek from the darkness, and the map players are throwing me off. So give me a sec. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm still learning some of this stuff. It's the layers. Layers are new. They're not default for the Fantasy Ground software, so it's my first time using them. And I have to get used to stuff.
You know what else I
And-
hear has layers?
Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it. They both have layers.
Can't resist.
Me either.
You get as you enter in, your
That was
torchlight
good.
illuminates the surrounding area. You see what looks to have been an abandoned camp, and a bunch of these weird, distorted, goblin-like creatures appear to be kind of fiddling with a chest in the back. And as the torchlight illuminates the area, they look up and immediately notice you and let out a screech as they prepare to run forward and engage.
Can I
And
slam-
everybody roll initiative.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I slam the torch like into the ground so it's standing up?
You could try that on your turn.
Yeah, I was gonna try and do it as soon as I saw him, but that's too slow. It didn't do my freaking initiative again. I just rolled a 10. It's okay, because this one was better.
And Korg,
I'm gonna try and like I said, slam the torch down into the ground so it's like standing up so I can see.
okay, you can do that. Make a strength check real quick.
Just a flat out
We
strength.
won't, yeah, we won't count this as an action, but just make a.
Oh, bro, it's
You slam that torch in, like you find like a crack in the ground, and it just slams in and starts kind of illuminating the area.
and then I guess what else can I do? I don't know if that.
That didn't take an action. You
Okay.
still have your full turn.
Okay, I don't think I can see the guy on the right hiding, so I'm charging towards the left. I have 25 feet to here. So, one quick question. Do I have to actually be raging to get reckless attack, or can I reckless attack without raging?
You can reckless attack at any time.
Okay, well, I'm going to bonus action rage. Oh, that did it, right?
Yeah, you have rage.
Turn on my reckless attack. And then I have to go find it in my page because I can't do it from my bar. And then
You rush up and seeing these two goblins fiddling with this chest. It pisses you off and angers you. slam your maul into the goblin's head, and it squashes like a watermelon. Blood sprays all over the place as it gurgles and dies at your feet. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. Hold on, I'm gonna move the extra 5 feet. So I have 30
Okay.
feet back there.
All right. The goblin before you sees the that you've taken out his friend, and he lets forth this guttural scream of anguish and rage as he turns to attack you. Skittering his knife along your hard shell, it kind of scripts and kind of pulls a little bit away at you, and then he kind of runs away, disengaging a bit.
Damn it.
Darkstorm.
Hmm. I don't see the goblin behind that rock, do I?
Not from where you're at, no.
I'm going to move 10, 15, 20, 25. Here. And I'm aiming for the chest. That's my turn. Korg. Nice.
You can dash then and move there.
Yeah, you still got your bonus action for cunning action, where you could dash or.
Dash.
So yeah, you still have your action then.
Inspect the chest. See if there's a trap.
Okay, make an investigation check. Alright, in the midst of combat, Darkstorm rushes over, her eyes intent on the prize. As Korg sees her running, he feels this overwhelming, sense like, Darkstorm's there to help. And then she kneels down at the chest and starts looking at it. She takes an in-depth look. It's scratched and battered. Iron bands lock around the chest. It looks like the goblins were beating at it to try to get into it. You don't notice any traps or anything that stands out of the way. It just has a lock on the front. It's kind of weathered and beaten from the goblins trying to get into it. And that'll be your turn.
Cool.
Jazar.
I will run up to here. Cast Healing Word on my friend.
Did I actually have damage? I mean, before now, because I had 23 hit points and now I'm at 25.
You had some damage from the guard captain.
Okay, I'd wondered.
And I guess that'll be mine. Well, can I see the other goblin or is it too dark? Goblin.
For you, it's too dark since you don't have dark vision, and the torch is way back at kind of the front.
Okay, that'll be it.
This larger, kind of brutish looking goblin rushes forward, and seeing you try to take his prized chest, he wields this large club that looks like it's made from like a jawbone of some large beast-like creature, and he attempts to bash you with it. But he fails to make contact with his first attack as he's just in this rage over you going after the chest. And then he swings again, trying to refocus his efforts, and manages to clock you in the shoulder, hitting you for 3 points of damage as it kind of spins you a little bit. And you definitely tell it's going to like leave a bruise in the future. Korg.
That wasn't very nice! That's what Korg sounds like when he's angry. I have to turn that on every attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you make your first attack of the...
Yep.
In your rage, Korg rushes up. He swings his maul, slamming it into the brute's chest. He wheezes, his blood oozes out, splattering on the floor, kind of coughs up, glares at you with murderous intent. It kind of like makes a hacking, like... Is that your turn?
Yeah, because I don't think I have any bonus actions that can actually do anything right now. I'm still trying to figure him totally out, so. Yeah, I think that's it.
The goblin over here kind of rushes out, and seeing Drazar standing there.
Oh, wait. Hold on,
Kinda.
real quick for just 1 second. Shouldn't I be doing an additional +2 damage? Rage damage that's not being applied right now? Because that's a 5,
It
and I already
is.
have a +5 for my maul.
No, you have +3 for your strength, +2 for rage.
Oh, so it just automatically applies into the actual dice thing. Because I see a +5.
The +5 is your attack roll, not your damage roll.
Oh,
And
okay.
the plus-
Yeah.
So, and then you have +5. You see where it says effects +2?
Yeah.
But you should have rolled that as a straight roll, not an advantage roll, because you can't see. Because your torch is way at the entrance, and I forgot.
My torch is right here. Right? Which, if it gives 60 feet, it should be able to reach right there.
It's 30, but no, it does dim light after that, so you're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot that your torch was there. I thought it was closer to the entrance. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
you're fine.
It's
It's 30 feet of light, and then an additional like 30 feet of dim light.
Okay.
So this goblin rushes forward, and he seemed to have snatched up like a bow off of the ground that he had stashed somewhere, and he fires at Drazar.
Fuck!
Takes good. and Drazar, you kind of in the dim, flickering light and off in the distance, you can faintly see this goblin that kind of came out here, and then the arrow shoots out. You kind of manage to duck slightly, and it scrapes across your wing feathers. As then he rushes off. And he attempts to hide behind the rock, but you can kind of see him peeking out there. Didn't hide very well. Darkstorm.
Yay. I'm gonna try and attack.
Make sure you control click whatever you're trying to attack.
Thanks. Just did.
Cthulhu.
Apply your sneak attack before you roll damage.
Thanks.
You spin around to face your enemy, who hits you with that smarting jawbone strike. And as he's focused on Korg with his rage and anger, you pierce him in the side, your rapier going deep. He lets out a cry of pain as you rip it out, blood oozing from the wound. He glares at the two of you, a panicked look coming into his eye as he realizes he's in dire straits. Drazar.
I move over here because I don't like getting shot. I'm gonna shoot at that guy. I go pew pew with Ray of Frost.
Roll damage. As you summon the magical energy into your hand, you hurl forth a spell of ice, blasts him in the face, and slowly starts crystallizing upon him, and then shatters. He drops to the ground, kind of bits of frozen ice bloodsicles oozing over the place.
Perfect.
Korg, it's your turn.
I'm going to pull out one of my javelins. I'm guessing I can't see that guy anymore. That other goblin?
From where's your torch? 5, 10, 15, 30.
The torch is right here.
You can.
He's trying
here.
to hide, but it's not working.
So you can barely make him out from the distance that you're at. It'd be a very difficult shot to make. He's just not very good at hiding, though. That's the main thing.
All right, hold on then. That's 30. And then I'm going to just use the rest of my move speed to get up on him. Right here. I'm sure I'm like in the dark now, kind of, but whatever.
You're at the very edge of the flickering light.
Okay.
You can't really see that well from where your torch is at.
Okay.
But you're not quite blind. You're at the very, very, very edge of it.
Okay. And that's my turn.
and he tries to stab you, but it ricochets off of your turtle-like shell, and he panics, kind of drops the dagger, and attempts to run away, which
Is
will
he
provoke an
okay?
opportunity attack.
Okay, and I can't do that recklessly, can I?
It's still reckless.
Oh, it's still reckless.
Oh, well, you didn't. No, it's not
No,
reckless because
yeah,
you
it's
didn't
not.
recklessly attack on your last turn. So yeah, never mind. It's not reckless. It's normal.
Hold on. It's too dark over here.
Yeah, you miss and he disappears into the darkness. This is a question to you guys. Can you guys see his token
Yes.
now that he's under the mask?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Can you see him now?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna go back and get my torch if we're out of combat.
Yeah, you'll be out of initiative for right now.
And drop my rage, I guess. Or does it just last for a full minute?
It lasts for a full minute.
Okay, then I'm gonna like walk back and forth angrily and like break stuff over.
Oh wait,
On the
no. If
table?
you don't attack or get hit, then it ends. I forgot. So
Oh, so it is. It should end.
you
Then.
have to take damage or attack during a round to keep it going. So
I did make
it
that
ends.
attack as he ran away, though.
Yeah, but now that
It's over.
now it's gonna end because you're not doing anything.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna go get my torch and come back over here. Are there any bodies?
There are no bodies. There's blood stains around the area, and what looks to be we'll make an investigation check. And drag marks that seem to lead off to the left.
Are you guys? Do you guys see all of the drag marks over there too? It looks like maybe there were some something dragged over down that way.
Like the blood?
Yes.
I see it.
Are you going to open that chest? I'm going to look for mushrooms around this small area.
I will look at Korg.
I'm gonna unlock.
You guys search around the area. You don't see any mushrooms. And Darkstorm, you kind of finagle the chest. It takes a long period of time for you to be able to get your hands on it and kind of like figure out what's going on. But eventually you do manage to figure it out and open it up successfully.
Yay! Haha, it's open.
Inside the chest, you kind of, as you look in, you see several pouches kind of fill in the bottom. As you rifle through them, you see a pouch containing about 70 gold pieces. You see several wrapped up food rations. It looks about 10 days worth of food. It looks like they locked up their food to keep themselves able to be fed. And you see 2 vials filled with like this dark greenish substance, and 2 vials filled with a sort of amberish, somewhat glowing substance.
I investigate the vials.
So as you kind of look at them, you recognize some of them in the trade. The greenish vials, they look like they're probably basic poison flasks used for like coating weapons or things like that in order to poison people. And the other, as you're looking at it, you kind of, this sense of understanding and knowledge comes to you, and you realize that this is what's known as a alchemist fire, where if you throw it, when it contacts air, it'll explode in flame.
I think we should not let the cat have that. Something,
It wasn't.
something says fire and you just don't go well together.
Or we go perfectly. Purr. I sort out the 70 gold. 70 divided by 3.
Well,
the program will do it automatically.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, food and money. Who wants the alchemist fire?
I don't want anything to do with fire right now.
I'll take it.
Here. I'll take the poison.
We could split the rations too.
Yeah, where exactly was all that stuff? Like a tab or something, right?
The party sheet.
There. Okay.
What's on the table over here?
So as you look at the table, you see several vials. It looks like a small like section for like alchemist supplies, where people were probably working on collecting ingredients in the cave and making different things. And there's a book kind of filled with notes to of how they were proceeding, trying to get deeper into the cave, get these rarer ingredients from this old to try to influence their potions and things they wanted to craft and make.
Hey, guys, there's a book over here, but it doesn't seem to have any pictures in it. Do one of you guys want it? I don't think it's very useful.
We will look.
Investigate?
Yeah.
So you guys, it's the same thing. You check out the table. It's just the supplies used for making potions and vials and stuff like that. It's probably used to make the alchemist fire and maybe to distill the poisons and stuff like that.
Do you
There's some
think
like
we
residue in there.
do you think we should go down this tunnel where the drag marks go, or the other tunnel?
What other tunnel?
To the other side, and I point over this way.
Whichever's fine.
There are many directions that we can go. I used the word direction. I was told what that meant the other day.
You mean today?
We're already over here.
It might have been today. Well, yeah, let's go this way then, and maybe we can kill that last little shitter that was over here earlier. That's probably his poop in the corner.
Do you pick up your torch?
Yeah, I already went and picked it up before I even walked back over to the chest. That was the first thing I did. I did say that I walked over there and I left my character there for just that split second before I walked back.
Okay, there's a lot going on, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stop right here.
Hey, before we go over this turn, I have dark vision. Let me peek around a corner, okay? Before we.
Oh, sure. If you want to go look around the corner, she's not going to see anything. But you can look around the corner if you want to. That is a good idea.
Okay.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
I am. I'm pulling up now. Here. Okay. Stealth.
Razar, she tiptoes so loudly.
Shh.
And I peek around the corner.
Are you moving your token to peek around the corner?
Wow.
Are you still
There?
standing? I didn't see your token move. Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. Okay, that works. I was on the other layer to reveal it, and it didn't show me that you actually moved your tokens. So, okay, one sec. From where you're at, you're able to see kind of deeper into the cavernous area here. You see a small pile of bones, but that is not what attracts most of your attention, because as you look, you see up standing above the cliff a giant ogre with a massive crossbow kind of looking out over the direction that you guys are at. And standing next to him is this is the goblin that ran away, and he's pointing and he's gibbering, kind of pointing back down, and they kind of look, and then at the pile of bones, you see this distorted, strange goblin. He's encrusted with fungus and mushroom growing out of his eyes, all over his body, and he kind of looks up with his eyes are completely removed, replaced with this growing growth, but he locks straight on to where you're at, and he lets out a shriek of and kind of points, and he starts to run towards you as you guys roll initiative. Drazar, you are currently unaware of anything really going on at this point in time, but what do you choose to do?
Stay here. Nothing's going on. And Darkstorm hasn't told me anything.
Let's get some battle music going.
I can't talk, right?
It's your. When is your
Not
turn?
until your turn. And then as you're looking on, Dark, the ogre kind of looks over and he sees you poking out there. And he raises his massive ballista crossbow, points it in your direction, and as he squeezes the trigger ever so carefully, it lurches back, almost throwing him backwards, but his sheer brute strength manages to keep him going. But he fails to strike you. It slams into the wall of the cavern, and this 6-foot long javelin is embedded into the stone wall right next to where your head is. It seems to have actually split the stone itself, and you see him start cranking the crossbow to reload it. The goblin from earlier, screeching happily, he rushes over to this side, and he takes aim with his short bow at you. And he fires it. Maybe. By double clicking works. The arrow kind of whizzes past. You try to duck away, but you're shook by this javelin slamming into the rock before you, and it skitters across your arm, leaving a blazing trail of pain. He dances kind of in victory at this. As this other goblin, he kind of looks, he runs forward towards you. Letting out this shrieking wail as he sees you. And he immediately, he kind of like lurches up, his body shaking. It starts to like convulse. The fungus spores upon him quiver with like this strange energy. And all of a sudden, he lurches out, and this cone of fungal like spores fly out from his body. And from where he's at, it manages to get all three of you.
Yeah.
As you all feel this these spores kind of invade your senses, you try to stop from breathing them, but you breathe in deep and you feel them kind of start to nestle inside you, and you just start hacking and coughing. It doesn't seem to have a noticeable effect at this point in time, but you definitely breathed in these rank and disgusting spores.
Cool. I am going to disengage. Move there so I'm covered. And tell them they're 3. This asshole, a big monster, and then that fucker that ran away. Can I still reach that goblin?
No, not from around the corner there. The wall of the cave kind of juts out too much.
Cool. That's my turn.
You would no longer be raging, Korg. So.
Yep.
I took that off.
But I am now. Because I don't like to smell your bullshitty things!
Rages left?
I have one more. I get 3 rages per day. I used
Oh,
one in
yeah.
the camp, I used one here, and I
Because
have one more.
we're level 3, not level 1.
Last rage for the now. I'm very upset with this. But apparently sucking dick.
You forgot to target him, just drag and drop it on him.
Okay.
You hit. Targeted, so just drag and
It's still not targeted though?
drop that too.
There it goes. I thought I control clicked him when I dropped it on him too. I must have not like actually control clicked.
You swing your maul at this heavily affected goblin. It slams into his back and stalks of fungus break off of him and start drifting throughout the cave. He lets out a shriek of pain and anguish as he starts reaching towards you in anger and frustration. Drazar.
Okay, I take a step forward, and I say, Korg, trust. And I did that wrong. It's supposed to be on Korg.
Well, that's the concentration on you, because you have to concentrate on it. And then there should be another effect that you put on Korg.
Yes, but... There we go. And now Korg grows to be 12 foot tall, and he's as tall as the ogre itself. I don't really know how big he gets, but he gets very big. And he does extra damage, and is very strong.
Is that about
Did
right?
that work? Did that do that automatically?
No, I did it.
Or did you? Okay. I changed your size to 10 on the thing, and I wasn't sure if it was doing it automatically or not. But that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect.
And then, that's where I'll end it.
The ogre, seeing this giant turtle come out from nowhere, he finishes recharging his crossbow, and he aims it at Turtle Boy, who does get a cover bonus. But Korg, unheeding of the massive ogre. He's recklessly attacking, charging back and forth, trying to slam in, and he just steps out that tiny little bit that allows the ogre to hit him with the bolt perfectly on, dead hit, like the exact spot he needs to be. And the javelin slams in to Korg's body and it shakes him heavily. The hard shell prevents him from having a mortal wound, but it hits so hard your entire body is shook. Bruising occurs, maybe a little bit of internal hemorrhaging from the blast. You realize that you got extremely lucky with your being able to shrug off massive damage from your just focused rage and anger infusing you to resist collapsing from the blow. And he starts cranking his crossbow again. As the goblin that ran away earlier fails to strike Korg, as it kind of he's trying to avoid hitting his goblin ally in front of him, and it just skitters off to the side. The goblin before you attempts to bite. He fails to land purchase. He tries to claw you with multiple desiccated claws, but he just can't seem to get purchase against your hard shell. He just futilely just clawing and wailing away, just pitiful attacks that just can't get through to you at all.
Can I run under him?
You can make an acrobatics check to attempt to go through his space. You might want to use your bonus action to disengage, or he'll get an attack of opportunity if you leave his space. But not necessarily, like, depends on where you're trying to go, right? If you want to get past him, you'd need to disengage, not get an attack.
I'm just trying to move to the left of where Korg is.
You want to go through Korg?
Yes.
You can go through Korg, no problem. I thought you were trying to go through the goblin.
No.
Drag and drop the attack on him.
No, she hit. It worked.
Oh, I just see rapier attack. I don't see it against him.
She's targeting him. It says attack 13
Okay.
at afflicted goblin hit above it. Then put on your sneak
Okay.
attack and then.
I love that all those sleeping.
You slam your rapier deep into the goblin's empty eye socket, and as it punctures into his brain, the creature starts shaking uncontrollably. The fungus on his body starts kind of shivering. It starts kind of collapsing in upon itself, and then it just explodes out. 20 feet of spores just flowing through you. You just keep breathing them in over and over, hacking and coughing, and just it's the worst. And you all have to make a saving throw again. 1 sec. I'm hacking and coughing now.
You alright?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a failure.
Korg and Darkstorm seem better able to prepare themselves this time for these strange spores. But Drazar, it just you keep breathing it in over and over. It's like, it still doesn't seem to have much of an effect upon you, but it's definitely not a pleasant experience. Do you do anything else, Darkstorm?
Uh, I asked, pull them back or charge. And that's the end of my turn.
Korg.
All right. How far can you throw a javelin?
If you look at your javelin, it'll tell you what the range on it is.
Well, my question, only reason I ask is that it's the javelin that's currently in my chest, not the one that is in my backpack. Is it a javelin?
Yeah, it's a javelin.
Okay. I'm going to.
You can throw it 30 feet without disadvantage, 120 feet with disadvantage.
That it doesn't say.
He's 50 feet away. You have to target him, and then you'll see. If you target him and then you hold like your mouse over him, it'll show you how far away he is, or over yourself or something. It'll show lines to all your targets.
15. That's about 20 feet. 25, 30.
He's 30 feet away. At that
I should
point.
be somewhere right here for my movement
okay.
of 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to remove the javelin from my chest and throw it at him.
You rip that javelin
Out of the
out
shell. Yeah, out of the shell.
that was stuck kind of in your shell, and then hurl it at the ogre standing on the cliff above you.
All right. Oh, recklessly. Hold on. It didn't do reckless, even though I clicked it. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, let me roll one more. Hold on.
Well, see if you get a crit. So.
Okay. Then I'll just roll damage.
The javelin skitters across the ogre's body, and he kind of like grimaces, but then he looks at you, and a feral grin comes across his features. Drazar.
Be 30, right? Going diagonals.
Yeah, that's 30.
And
Hey, who has the fire?
I do.
Okay.
I will cast Cure Wounds on Korg.
As Jazar rushes up to you, he places his hand onto that crack in your shell from the javelin earlier, and you feel this healing energy dancing with a touch of lightness upon you. The shell kind of knits itself back to its old appearance, just a faint outline of a scratch upon a scar, a battle wound to carry in the future, as the light and airy feeling of the magic finishes and dissipates throughout your body.
You feel better.
Much better.
Do you do anything else?
No, that's it.
The ogre finishes cranking his crossbow and lets loose with another javelin at Korg. The javelin slams again into you, and you realize you're only standing because of Drazar's huge influence of magical energy into you. His aspect blessed soul managing to keep you upright. You shake off the hit as the javelin skitters off to the side. You kind of like look up, and the ogre grins as he grabs another javelin. You notice he still has 2 left.
You only need to tank 2 more.
Perfect.
The small goblin, kind of seeing this bird person come up here, switches targets,
Does he have
trying
any sort of
to.
cover behind me at all?
He does.
Sweet. I wasn't sure if I was big enough to provide cover.
So he tries to take out the bird person, seeing that the his ogre companion seems to have the turtle under lock. He fails to strike as the arrow skitters off into the dark, unable to get around this massive fucking turtle in the way. It's dark storm.
Can we get up on that where they are, or is that a ledge?
That's a ledge there. There is a path to get up there.
Wait, how high is that cliff?
It's about 10 feet.
So I should be able to get up and over, not too difficultly, right?
Yeah, with your current
Size.
height.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move. Korg, can you toss me?
I'm raging and very, very focused on this person right here, so I may or may not respond right now. We'll find out on my turn.
Alright. Shout it out. I'm going to use my short bow on the goblin too.
Alright, there'll be no sneak attack on this one, so just straight damage. You take aim against the goblin and let loose. Your arrow slams in to his chest, and he screeches in rage. And he prepares to like kind of skitter and hide away again to get away from you guys. Korg.
This is 25 move speed, and that's up the cliff edge. Do I need to be down one more? Here? That's 20-ish. It's kind of hard to judge when I'm this big.
So, kind of pulling yourself up the cliff there, due to your massive size, you still kind of have to pull yourself up. So that'll, at 25 feet, you can get there, but it uses all your movement, not just 25, because it takes an extra 5 feet to get over the cliff.
Do I still count tiles in the little tiles, or is it big ones now since I'm this big?
You still count the little tiles.
Yeah, it's just hard to judge. So this should be about 25 feet to get to here. So full movement to get to here. And then I'm going to attack this dude in front of me.
I can lock tokens where I have to approve your moves if it helps you guys, because then it'll tell you how far you're trying to move. Exactly.
Maybe for only when I get this large, because it'll be easier for me. I can do it when I'm small, no problem. But when I'm large, it's hard to tell when I'm moving.
All right, and you attack the and you
not
you
hit. Not with reckless. If you didn't, just in case that wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
Twice.
Your maul slams in to the ogre, and you, with their extra size and strength from Drazar's blessed magic, it hits hard. It grunts in pain as he drops the crossbow and glares at you, raising his fists, prepared for an all-out slugfest. Drazar.
Looking. I cast Ray of Frost at it.
Ouch! That's what I like to see!
He is cold.
You hurl forth the frostbolt. It slams in to Ur's chest. The chill kind of invades his muscles, and he kind of slows down a little bit as he kind of tries to fight it off. It locks and tenses him up. He's like, "Ugh."
And then I move.
Brr, it's cold in here. I said there must be a Drazar in the atmosphere. Just kidding.
The worst.
You shut up. You shut up. That was good.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
But you've all seen the
Still
movie.
kind of shaking off the cold, he attempts to slam his fist into Korg's face. Failing. He's like, oh. He breathes his fetid ogre breath blasts into your face as he prepares another left hook for his next. This goblin, seeing that he's being struck from all sides, he rushes and hides behind the rocks here. He kind of steps out to the side, and seeing the giant turtle, he decides to try to shoot it because it's the nearer danger. But he's just panicked, and he just can't pull off the attack. He realizes he's stuck here. He's kind of locked in a bad place now. He ran to this ogre for protection from you guys, but now he's got nowhere to go. Darkstorm.
Oh, cool. Gonna hit the ogre.
From where you moved at, hold on. You were trying to climb up the cliff?
I was trying to go around the curve.
It just showed me that you ran up and then went up the cliff side there.
I kind of went this way.
Okay, and then you're using your
crap.
bonus action.
Yeah. Sorry, Josiah.
I see it now, yeah. And then you use your bonus action to dash to there.
Yes, sir.
Or did you use your feline agility to move 60 feet? You can attack the ogre from there. Yeah, you can get there. Whichever method you chose to use.
I'll say feline agility. I use the cunning action.
When I get turned into a giant turtle, does my hammer turn into a giant hammer too?
Yes. That's why you get the extra damage.
Okay. I was just wondering because I'm like, am I just carrying around this little like what looks like little teeny baby hammer now?
That'd be funny.
You swing your rapier, piercing into his side, he grimaces in pain, kind of this panicked look in his eye as he realizes things aren't going very well, but he's adamant that he's going to take somebody down with him.
Die.
I drop my hammer next to me, and I scream. So to Darkstorm, this one belongs to me! And I'm gonna start punching back. This is just a fist fight now because I think that's fair. How do I do an unarmed strike? I know it makes no sense, but that's what
Just,
angry I would do.
You just make a attack with proficiency and strength.
Because I don't have in my actions. I don't have one. Do I just roll like strength plus 3? That's just the normal strength attack.
Yeah, you can just roll the attack like you were attacking with one of your other strength-based ones, because the attack roll itself is the same as all your other strength ones.
Like that.
Yeah, and that'll be 4 damage.
Does it always do max?
It does 1 point of damage plus strength mod. That's it.
Oh, but I also have his extra 1d4 in my attack.
Plus the 1d4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll a d4.
It didn't even roll. It just literally set it
5.
down. That was the craziest thing. I rolled it, and it just set it right back down. Do I have to actually put it on him? You gonna manually do it? Okay. Ah! I saw this! He's full health! Pick up the hammer!
You slam your fist into him. He grunts, but he's still standing.
Yep. I'm sporting.
I'm gonna come by here and shoot this guy.
Once again, Drazar proves to be deadly effective with the Ray of Frost. As the bolt slams into the goblin's head, encasing it in ice, he falls to the ground and the head shatters into pieces. The ogre decides to trade blows with Korg. He's kind of shook from the blast earlier and he swings, but he's weak. It kind of taps Korg in the chest but does nothing. As Darkstorm attempts to stab him with the rapier, but fails to land purchase, trying to find a way to stab as these two giants trade fisticuffs back and forth, blow for blow, again and again, slamming into each other. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
So that should be 1 plus what? 2
That's
plus
2
3.
plus 4.
So that should be like 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You slam your fist into his face, and he stands there. He's dazed. He grins, blood oozing from his cheek. He stares at you, wobbly, barely standing upon his feet. He looks like he's going to collapse at any second, but he holds on with pure, stubborn willpower. He raises a shaky fist, preparing to strike you again. It's Drazar.
Walk around this way. Aim at him again.
How do you do it?
I catch him in the mouth, and it's just an ice block, just like up in his mouth, and he gets choked on it because he can't close his mouth and he can't breathe, and he chokes to death.
And he's dead.
I'm gonna start like pummeling his dead body out of anger.
Cork slams over and over and over, pummeling the body again and again and again until nothing's left but a bloody mess. The rivulets of crimson drip down the side of the cliff face, slowly pooling up to merge with the pile of old discarded bones upon the ground.
He deserved it, right?
I guess at this point maybe the rage ends.
Yes.
Yeah, that should be alright.
I would like to
I'll
go
pick up my.
inspect the mushroom guy to see.
I'm gonna grab
Okay,
my mallet.
give me a second. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Nice job, y'all.
I have to say, being a gigantic turtle is pretty fun.
That was amazing.
Rar.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm back.
I'm gonna walk over and pick up
I
my
can-
mallet. And be like, sorry, what?
I can still hear you guys when I walk away. You guys can still like RP and stuff. You don't have to be completely
Oh.
quiet.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Well, I'm gonna.
am searching the corpse of the mushroom man.
I was gonna walk over, pick up my hammer, and say, "Man, I love being a turtle." Get it? That's what the Ninja Turtles
No.
say at the end of the Ninja Turtles. Man, I love being a turtle.
So, as Drozar, as you look through the corpse of the goblin covered in fungus, kind of, you notice that these strange fungal growths seem to have invaded like every part of his body, slowly like expanding to fill it up. He's kind of like the body is like dried out and shriveled, and every pore and opening seems to be filled with these fungal growths from inside the body itself.
Are they small, reddish?
They're not. They are like dark orangish, brownish color. Very sickly looking and not pleasant.
This is not the body we were looking for.
Have anything?
No. Oh, you're searching the giant guy?
Why not?
You don't really find anything on him. He's got a giant crossbow that looks more like a ballista from the ship that you guys had, more so than any normal crossbow, and that's about it. He's just wearing like a loincloth and nothing else.
Check under his loincloth, he might have something.
You can check under his loincloth. Want me to peek around this corner and hopefully it's more successful?
Are there any mushrooms in the cave? I want to look for them. Right here where we're at.
Sure, make an investigation check. You don't find any kind of mushrooms that you're looking for. The only mushrooms appear to be the fungus covered goblin and kind of like the trace of spores all over your bodies.
Can I get the spores off me? Like, start brushing them off.
That sounds like a good
Yeah.
idea.
I want to get the spores off me.
Good
You
idea.
kind of brush at them. They kind of smear a little bit over your skin and clothes.
That doesn't sound better.
Are we gonna? Oh yeah. Are we just gonna keep going forward? Well, should we continue deeper into the cave to find these mushrooms?
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek around the corner.
Okay. Okay.
I see anything?
You see a hallway or the cavern kind of runs forward and splits off to the left and the right, but you don't see any enemies or anything.
Don't see any enemies yet. It's a hallway.
That's kind of laggy. Sorry.
I move up here and I peek around in my stealth mode.
Remember, you're just stealthing. It's not stealth mode. If you run out into the open where a bunch of
Oh.
dark vision hobgoblins might be. No, I'm just saying, it's not stealth mode. It's not like a video game where you're like, haha, you know, you're moving sneakily, not in I press C and now, terminology.
I think I screwed a silver once with my druid for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
So as you kind of peek to the left, you see like another like winding tunnel that seems to go up again, similar to the entrance that you took to come into the cavern. And to the right is a long tunnel that seems to curve off into the continuing deeper into the cave.
Which way do you think we should go? Because I don't know what way we should go.
Investigation for mushrooms.
Sure. You don't see any mushrooms.
No mushrooms. Alright.
So the left goes up, but the right just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to climb. I don't think the left is the way for me.
And we go right. I'm gonna go here and look around the corner.
You see a tunnel leading into a darker room.
There's a tunnel leading into a darker room.
Korg?
Just walking out. Very sneakily. I'm sneaking. No one will hear me. It'll be okay as I carry the torch. Watch, I'll hide behind this rock.
You walk into the room. It illuminates a larger cavernous space covered with rocks, and the torchlight flickers across the area, illuminating more and more various rocks, stalagmites, etc.
Are there any mushrooms? Do you guys see mushrooms?
Let me look.
I don't think there are mushrooms in this place.
So you guys search around, kind of looking for mushrooms, searching in the cracks and the corners and all these other places. You don't see any, but you guys are surprised as a group of goblins rush out from around this stalagmite that they were hiding behind. And I need you guys to roll initiative.
It didn't take my initiative roll again. Something's wrong. I had a 15 and now it's a freaking 5. Look, this is the third time just tonight my initiative roll hasn't taken. Something's wrong.
Maybe you need to reinstall Fantasy Grounds because you're having all these weird problems.
I mean, I update it every time I open it up, so I don't know what's going on, but I rolled a 15.
Maybe a reinstall though.
All right.
Drazar, you are surprised, but unable to act on your first turn.
They got me.
As one of the goblins rushes forward, he immediately attacks Korg. Failing to land a strike. He screams in pain, frustration as another one rushes out and attempts to attack Darkstorm. Also failing to strike. Darkstorm is surprised. And the third one rushes out, attacking Korg. None of them able to strike and use their special surprise attack abilities. Korg is surprised. And Drazar, no longer surprised or shocked by these bumbling goblins that fail to accurately lay an ambush or do anything meaningful. They rush forward, putting themselves in harm's way needlessly.
Drazard jumps out from behind the rock. We use his specialty of the night. To hurt that guy.
It's definitely working.
And he'll do nothing else.
You hurl a bolt of frosty, icy energy. It cascades into the goblin. A bluish tint takes over his skin. He begins chattering teeth as it infuses him with the cold. He glares at you, shaking ever so slightly, and then rushes towards you.
Ah!
Piercing your side with his dagger, he scrapes it across, plucking several feathers out from your abdomen as a small line of blood oozes from the cut.
I needed those.
As the other goblin stabs at Darkstorm, she kind of weaves and dodges, but it still manages to cut across her. Some blood oozing. The wounds begin to take effect. All of you are starting to feel a little battered and beaten as you trudge through this cave. It's Darkstorm.
Cool.
Your rapier slams into the goblin, piercing him into the throat. He drops dead at your feet, gasping, blood oozing, the eyes locked upon you as the death glazes them over.
There. And that's my turn.
Goblin lunges out with his dagger, scraping it across your stomach. The small bits of blood ooze from the wound. He lets out a shriek of joy as he slowly licks the blood off the dagger, feasting upon the taste of turtle flesh.
I'm gonna attack this goblin that's attacking my buddies. Can I use my inspiration?
Yes. Korg turns towards the goblin attacking his friends, and he raises his maul. Hesitant at first, he finds a burst of inspiration and finds the perfect spot to crush the head. It drops down, the maul splattered with brains and gore.
So I have one question.
Yes.
Turtle shell defense. Is that an action to do? Yes. Oh, there it is. As an action. Okay, no mind. And that's my turn.
Oh, you know what we forgot when you were punching that guy?
What?
You have claws.
Oh shit! You right. You right. I do 1d4 plus slashing damage.
You gotta make an attack for your claws in your list.
I see the thing under total powers, but I just don't have the attack for it. I'm gonna have to make one. I guess. Yeah. Technically, it's just fighting with a dagger, so I could just use the dagger.
Yeah, and then just roll the damage for turtle claws.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Lightning Lure. He failed. So, yep,
So he gets
that.
pulled closer, right?
Yes. And now he takes the damage.
That's a 1d8
You
plus 2, and you got 2 damage. Oh wait, no, 1d8 equals 2. Never mind, I'm retarded. That's fine.
You reach out with your magical energy and whip out a strike of lightning, and as it lashes the goblin, it yanks him, pulling him up straight towards you. And as he kind of stumbles near you, you shock him with a burst of electricity. His body spasms as it arcs through him, and he yelps in pain.
He got tased.
Dark Storm.
Haha.
And you'll get sneak attack on this. And how do you kill him?
Stab him in the throat.
You put him to sleep.
Stab him in the throat, and you rip it out, ripping part of his throat out as he collapses to the ground, bleeding to death.
Yeah.
For your turtle claws, Harold, I added a an attack to it. So if you look at your powers, it's there.
In actions?
No, under turtle powers, turtle claws, you expand it as the damage and the attack there.
There it is. Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
So
Oh, guys, I don't feel so good. I think I need to sit down and rest for just a little bit. Are you guys okay if maybe we take a little bit of a rest?
Yes.
I'm a little tired and not feeling so good. Just gonna sit leaning against this rock right here and do a rest. Just a short one, maybe.
alright, so you guys kinda try to rest up a little bit, chill out and take a short rest.
Yeah. Can we spend hit die?
Yeah, you guys can successfully rest here. You're kind of chilling out. It's pretty quiet. You're in a secluded area, so.
Oh, good. 2 hit points. All right. Boom. Feel much better.
Are you gonna spend hit die, Kasenki, or?
Yes, sorry. Done.
You guys rest up, bandage wounds, you know, kind of stop the bleeding. It kind of most of it's just tired. You're battered, beaten, bruised. You just need to take like that quick rest. Some minor cuts and scrapes that have to be healed up. Kind of resurge your energy and get prepared to finish exploring this cave. These this quest for mushrooms proving far more difficult than originally anticipated.
Glad to get that arrow out of my shoulder.
I'll rip it out. Come here.
It's already out.
Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Do we continue going? Then we need these mushrooms.
Yeah.
And there's a tunnel, you know, continuing to lead around the cave. And as you walk down the tunnel, you see it open up, and a large creature turns towards you.
Did you say large?
I did, in fact, say large. And you see before you another massive ogre, but this one wears upon his back a giant device that carries upon him 4 different goblins, all sitting within this palisade that the ogre carries. These goblins do not appear to be these strange, deranged, twisted ones, but more a normal goblin type. And everybody roll initiative.
Seems to take when I throw it and it rolls low, but when I roll high, it says no.
Darkstorm.
Damn.
What are you attempting to attack? I'm guessing the ogre.
Yes. Oh, I didn't click, did I?
You hit. No sneak attack. You stab the ogre's side, ripping your rapier across. A line of blood oozes out from the wound as he shrieks in anger, his steely gaze upon you. He turns to look at you with bloodshot eyes, his fetid breath washing over you, nearly choking you with its savage, disgusting odor. Is that your turn?
Coco.
Did I lose y'all?
Wait, was that your turn?
Is that a hole behind it?
You're not there.
I mean, I'm kind of there. I can see. Well, maybe not the hole. Yeah.
Did I lose y'all? Still there?
We can hear you.
We can hear you fine.
Oh. Okay. I disengage. I move back.
All right. As you rush back, one of the goblins riding in the palisade above the ogre pulls out his bow and shoots at you. The arrow skitters across you, and he lets out a whoop of excitement. As another goblin takes aim at the only person within sight. Failing to strike, as another goblin fires its bow. arrow slams into your shoulder, causing more pain as the ogre walks forward towards you. He swings a large mace down at you.
Ha!
Stumbling from the weight upon his back, he slams the mace into the wall just above your head, failing to land purchase against Drazar.
Okay, I want to take one of those alchemist fire flasks and throw it at the top, probably like the goblin's perch.
Okay.
What should I do?
So you'll make a dexterity check for the attack. Because it's a dexterity-based attack to throw it.
Okay.
And then that will strike there, so make a go ahead and roll a 1d4 for the damage. Right. You take the alchemist fire that you had from earlier and you hurl it with all your might. It slams into the wooden palisade. The fire begins to coat and cover the area. Sticky substance bursts into flames. The goblins start screeching, yelping, panicked.
Excellent.
3 of the goblins find themselves patting out fire as it kind of burns into them.
And then I will back up a little bit.
Okay, is that your turn?
Uh, yeah.
The one goblin not affected by your fire takes aim at you and shoots. He's distracted, failing to land a blow against you. He then also he kind of panics a little bit. And he jumps down and runs away from the flames to try to get out from being caught on fire like the rest of them.
Not being able to rage, I'm just gonna run forward and try and attack with my maul. Can I use my next inspiration token?
Sure.
Better. Not better. Wait, did it
Your
focus the big
maul
ogre thing? Yeah, it did. Okay.
slams in to the ogre's side, but kind of shrugs it off. The bulbous layers of fat and muscle upon his body seeming to absorb the bulk of the impact.
Attacking the ogre.
Put on your sneak attack. Distracted by the maul that hit into his side, he's unaware as you leap up with your rapier. You plunge it deep within, but you manage to miss any vital organs as it's hard to grind against the ogre's body. As you rip it out, you feel it scrape against bone, and it lets out a frustrated and looks anger, pain, agony sourcing through his entire body. Oh, is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Alright. This goblin leaps down, trying to get off of the fiery damage. It just he's still caught in the flames and the pain, and it's spread all over him, and he takes more. Panicked, he just as he rushes out of the fire, he takes a wild swing at Darkstorm. Clipping you on his run by, and then he rushes off.
So I get to hit it?
No, he took a disengage as a bonus action.
Smart.
One of the other goblins up, he starts to move, and he collapses, falling back into the wooden palisade, the flames consuming him as he crumples to a burned husk upon the ogre's back, dying.
That's my kill.
The remaining goblin jumps down and rushes. He tries to put the fire out upon himself, smarter than his other allies. He manages to roll in the dirt in the ground, putting out the flames. As the ogre raises its mace and slams it down at Darkstorm, frustration, rage, anger, and pain, he spits out blood-filled saliva over your face, following it quickly with a blast of the mace, smashing you down. The last thing you see is his fierce, bloodshot eyes as the mace cracks against your skull. You fall to the ground, unconscious, having lost all sense of self.
Oh, God.
Jazar.
I cast Healing Word on Darkstorm. And I pull out my dirk to attack the goblin next to me. And I am done.
As you stab into the goblin, he falls to the ground, dead. These other goblins start trying to run away and escape into the tunnels. Korg.
I will recklessly attack this little dude, the big dude, in front of me.
You slam your maul into the ogre. It bruises into his arm. He looks at you, not realizing that Darkstorm is back up. He glares upon you, preparing to strike. Darkstorm. You're currently laying on the ground.
Alright. I stand up.
Hey, intelligence high.
I can't attack. Supposed to stand up?
You can still tap. Standing up is just movement.
No. Alright. I miss, so I'm gonna disengage and move back. That's my turn.
The ogre, seeing you stand up, his eyes go wide, spooked and panicked. He doesn't realize that you weren't dead. He doesn't understand how you got up, and he starts freaking out. As the goblins continue to try to run away. The ogre, torn, turns towards Korg, seeing him as the greatest threat. Managing to strike a heavy blow with his own giant mace. He looks at you. Just, lost my train of thought. Jazar.
I cast Ray of Frost. And that is it.
The cold suffuses in to his body as Korg takes aim.
Wow, they didn't roll again. It's alright, it's fine.
fell asleep.
And I put him to sleep gently.
I didn't mean to press that.
He stabs the ogre while he's down.
You slam your maul into the ogre's face, crushing it inside as it collapses upon itself. And it falls to the ground, the flames of the wooden palisade still burning, filling the cavern with its dusky smoke. It slowly starts to lick at the ogre flesh, filling the rancid scent of smoked ogre meat into the cavernous air.
Does he have anything good on him at all?
No, he just has that mace
Okay.
and his clothes that are burning up.
Which is fine because at the time that's what was attractive. But sometime in the 20th century we realized you don't even need to know how
Can we look for mushrooms?
and the world goes
Mushroom.
Oddly enough, in this place, give me one sec. So as you move deeper into this cave, you notice in the center is this large hole that tunnels deep into the ground that seems to shiver with this iridescent light with a strange kind of metal platform circling around it. At the base of this are glistening red and white dotted mushrooms that seem to grow up from around where this hole is.
Oh, are these the mushrooms that we've been looking for? Wait, I'm gonna look at these mushrooms.
Where Drazar is standing, you notice a faintly glowing crystal kind of growing out of the ground there that seems to shimmer with that same kind of like pearlescent glow that you recognize from the aether streams above.
I would like to take this.
You manage to snap off the strange crystal from the ground and put it in your bag.
I'm looking for those mushrooms. Are these the mushrooms?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna just start picking them up and putting them into the bag. And I'm picking like all of them. Make sure we get enough.
You manage to get about 8 full mushrooms to put into your bag.
All right. I think are these the mushrooms that they were looking for? She said something about eating them, right?
No.
Don't eat them.
She
Oh.
said they're small, reddish, and infused with aether.
Well,
And
this is
poison.
a red mushroom. Do you guys think this is what you wanted?
Yes.
Of course, when Drazar said that, he repeated it exactly back to how she said it with her exact voice.
Yes, that.
Oh. Okay, well then, if we have all the mushrooms that we wanted, we should get out of here. I don't really want to be in this cave anymore.
Let's get out of here.
Might be a shortcut if we go to the left. Or that's metagame. That's weird. Yeah. It's,
You can see through the tunnel.
no.
I barely fit through this area.
One of the creatures ran this way though.
He went to get his friends. Oh, look, barrels! What are in the barrels?
Barrels?
We should get out of here quickly, though. I don't want more of the ogres to come.
Barrels. Anything in the barrels?
It looks like they used to be water barrels, like now.
Dang.
All right, so you guys exit the cave,
Yes.
mushrooms in hand, and make your way back, kind of towards the town of Dustfall. It takes you a couple hours to return, and before long, you see the town in the distance.
Do you guys remember where we came out of that place at, or do we just go right back to all of our rooms? Well, our one shared the room. What do you guys want to do?
Return to Jack.
Well, do you remember where the tunnel entrance was? In the hidden part.
Yes.
Let Well, we can probably go there then.
Let's go there.
You guys skirt around the outside of the town, avoiding the main entryways. So you head back towards the cliffside that you originally came out of a few hours earlier. It's late afternoon now. It's kind of starting to get into the evening as you find that old cutout stairs that lead down to the ancient sewer grate. As you get to the sewer grate, you see Cliff standing there. He's kind of leaning up against the wall, picking at his fingernails with a dagger. He sees you come up, he kind of stands up, looks you over. You're battered, bruised, a little bit of blood stains here and there. He's like, "Did you go and murder a bunch of other people, or did you get the fucking mushrooms like she asked?"
Believe it or not, we also burned the people in the caverns too. But this time they were not the good guys.
What the fuck are you, some kind of sick fucking arsonist?
Well, I didn't have the fire, I only had my hammer.
You guys going around burning everybody alive? What the fuck's wrong with y'all?
Well, these ones were the goblins, not the people.
You burned a bunch of fucking goblins alive and you think that's
And
okay?
an ogre. There was goblins and ogres.
Well, fuck me sideways. I'm surprised you came back from that. I guess we finally found this talent for you, dumb fucking lunk.
Is that the proposition?
What the fuck you think it is, you fucking bird-brained piece of shit?
A proposition?
No, it ain't no fucking proposition. Fuck
Our
me.
our propositions, those things that go between like verbs and adjectives or something like that.
I don't even know what the fuck you're trying to say.
They're all
Look,
big
mate,
words.
you got the fucking mushrooms, or were you too busy trapezing around killing fucking goblins by setting their asses on fire?
Look, we have your
Oh,
mushrooms.
Let me see the goods.
I'll get my backpack down.
Show him the goods, Korg.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it out of my backpack and show them.
Well, fuck me, you actually did it. Can't actually believe that shit.
Belly.
Come on, hand them over.
Oh, I thought that we are supposed to give them to the one-handed Jack or something.
She's right.
Left-handed
She's literally right here.
Jack.
Oh, I thought that was just the one guy. Okay, here you go.
No, it's just the one guy.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I
still.
thought it was just there. All right. Well, here are your mushrooms.
I have an idea.
And what's your fucking idea, you bird brain?
Oh, it's not really related to you, but I know how to get the seal that we need. I just need a candle.
You need a fucking candle?
Just talking out loud. I don't know why you have to be so
I-
angry.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. And you can tell me if you'd be a little bit angry. Let's say you were working on a job, yeah? Maybe you were working on that job for about, I don't know, a couple fucking months. You moved to some back-ass water fucking village on the end of the goddamn empire. Set up shop for a few months. Some motherfucking bird showed up and burned down half the fucking town, put the whole goddamn job in fucking disarray.
The bird burnt down only ogres and goblins.
Well, your fucking crew's fucking everything up. That's the damn problem here. If it were up to me, I'd push your sorry arses off this damn cliff right now. But it ain't up to me.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a joke because you're so little, and it would be funny in my head because you're so small to push me. It was a funny one.
He glares at you for like this brief moment of time, and then you blink and he just completely disappears from where he's at, and he's on the other side of you, kind of this fading, like sort of incorporeal mess, and he just whispers in your ear. It's like, do you think it's fucking funny when I make a threat about murdering you? You think murder's funny, do you?
It's only funny when somebody so small threatens to push me. It's kind of funny.
Make a strength check. So I grabbed the wrong thing. So as you taunt the halfling assassin about how funny it is for him to push you off of the cliff, he pushes you off the cliff.
What?
Just
the
just completely shoves you. You try to like brace yourself, and he just pushes, and your laughter like catches you off balance, and you're shoved off and start flying into the empty space.
What cliff is this?
The cliff on the edge of the island that plummets down for tens of thousands of feet uh, to a horrible, horrible possible end.
Bye then, Korg.
What do you do?
Attack the halfling for being an asshole.
I mean,
Korg. What does Korg attempt to do?
Korg's pushed off a cliff falling, and I can't fly, so I guess I fall. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
So perhaps Korg tries to, stop his fall and grab the cliff or save himself in some manner or way.
I mean, to me, if I'm pushed off a cliff and falling, I don't know. Do I grab the edge so I'm not falling off the cliff? Can I do that?
Make a acrobatics check.
Can I attempt to throw a rope to him?
Sure.
Is there a rock that I can leverage this rope on?
First, make a dexterity check to try to get it to him.
Can I try again?
So Korg, as you're pushed off of the cliff by this massive shove from this halfling, and you start plummeting down. You scrabble for purchase. You try to grab onto the side, but you can't seem to reach out. Immediately, Darkstorm tries to hurl a rope at you, but it just kind of slaps ineffectively at your face. Kind of, you can't get it. You fall a good chunk of feet, and then you kind of slam in to some ground down below, and it knocks the wind out of you. As you take 10 points of falling damage, and you find yourself kind of sitting kind of dazed on this other cliff, and you see another like kind of sewer entrance there.
Okay.
And then as you're sitting there, all of a sudden the halfling like shows up next to your side again. He's like, do you think it's fucking funny now?
I'm attacking him.
Okay.
I'm willing to die for it. I didn't care about this character, but in my head, being an angry barbarian who's not chill, getting thrown off a cliff and then having a little half tall 3-foot person appear next to me and taunt me some more would probably push me over the edge. And not being the most intelligent person at 6, which is far less than the average human being, I feel like that's probably what he would do.
Roll initiative. All right, Darkstorm and Josiah, you guys are attacking too?
Yep.
I don't know if my friend did or not.
You broke up a little bit. What?
All right.
I don't know if my friend made it or not.
All right, well, Darkstorm, the halfling just disappeared on you, completely vanished up at the top of the cliff.
But Cork's at the bottom, right?
You don't know at this point in time.
Can I? Do I still? Did I secure it to the rock?
No, your rope it's gone.
It's gone.
It's completely gone.
Is there any way down to Cork?
You could jump, or you could try to climb down. You do have a climb speed.
Okay, I'm gonna climb down to him.
All right, you climb down the cliff. It's about 30 feet to get down, but you you're a skilled thief and part cat, and you just get down, no problem at all. You see that Korg sitting there. He's kind of prone on his back, but with murderous glare. He's got his maul up, and it looks like he's getting ready to strike. As the halfling is kind of standing over him, just this gaze into him, like he's just trying to put Korg into his place.
I'm gonna stab him.
All right, roll an attack. So you go to swing your rapier at him, and he just kind of like shifts to the side, almost as if he's anticipating your presence there, and it just slides past him, unable to find purchase. Like, you might want to stay out of this, Missy, while I put your friend in his place. He's got to learn to respect his elders.
Fuck you. Does my running into him do anything?
You're trying to run into him? Like, charge him?
I was trying to charge and stab.
No, you just kind of stumble past, and it just completely effortlessly moves away from you.
Okay, cool. My turn over.
Drazar.
I rush over to the edge and look down and see this encounter of people. How far down is it?
30 feet.
And how far is the next ledge?
It's 30 feet. That is the
No. Like, okay, so 30 feet down is the
Oh.
next ledge, and then from there, where is the next?
No, it is a pretty large area. It's about 20 feet by 20 feet, and they're kind of standing on the cliff side of it. So it's a good 20-25 feet to get to the edge.
Okay. Then I guess I will go with my trusty Ray of Frost.
Woohoo! Go Nines!
And I will
So
remain up here.
you hurl a ray of frost, and once again he just kind of slips to the side, and it kind of slams into the ground next to him, completely ineffective.
And then I will, you had to help me use this. This is the first time. I would like to do the twin spell, and that costs 1 sorcery point to cast at 1 level, right? Or to twin?
Yeah, so the twin spell is
So both of them?
yeah, 1 sorcery point for a level 1 spell. And then you could target 2 people, provided it just targets only a single person at a time. So I'm guessing you're probably going to healing word twin
Yep.
on your 2 allies.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just target both of them.
And that's still a bonus action, right?
Yes.
I do not have the target thing in my
I can
combat
do it
token.
for you.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully that helps.
Thank you.
All right, you feel this healing suffusion of energy kind of flow over you as Zar attempts to heal you. And while he's doing that, the halfling kind of reaches and he pulls this spiked chain out from under his side. Like, I can see that you're all gonna have to learn a very hard lesson today. I didn't plan to bring you back to Jack bloody, bruised, and unconscious, but I guess it's time you learned who were the masters in this town. And I sure as fuck ain't all lot of you. And he will first attack Korg. And he swings the chain down and he wraps it around Korg's body, and then he yanks him forward. You feel the spikes kind of bite into you, and then he punches you with the one of the unspiked portions of the chain. He just knocks you completely unconscious, and you're just down there, having lost all consciousness at that point in time. And then he turns to Darkstorm. Doing targeting without the thing is a bit more difficult, but
I used to make a sheet that I didn't share and just put people on it, so it made it easier.
so he wraps the chain around you, Darkstorm, and it bites into you, and then make a dexterity saving throw as it starts to wrap around you. At the last instant, right before he yanks it to pull you closer and kind of like dig into you, you manage to kind of break free from the chain itself, and he kind of whips it back and then swings out at you again with it. This time he manages to get a firm grip, and he does the same thing, and he punches you in the face, and you fall unconscious to the ground, and he looks up the cliff at Jazar. He's like, do you really want to go this way? Or do you want to stop it now when you bring your friends back in where they can wake up with cooler heads?
You're the one that attacked us. Just want to remind you.
Answer my fucking question. You want to have a go or not?
Where are we going? Short People
He
Town?
shakes his head. It's like, I guess you haven't learned to respect either yet then. Don't worry about the death saving throws, because they're not a thing. And Jazar, it's your turn.
How fast could he climb a cliff?
I mean, it took him less than a split second to blink down there, so.
It's not gonna help if I can't land
Your-
Ray of Frost.
Your Ray of Frost once again misses as he effortlessly steps to the side as you guys continuously try to go after this guy. And he just smoothly moves just completely above your level of being able to do anything.
Above my level.
Do you do anything else?
No.
And with the blink of an eye, he's up next to you again. Like, I didn't want it to go this way, but y'all are gonna learn something today. And he attacks you with his spike chain. And make a, what, I got it here, never mind.
Ha!
You pass your save, and he attacks again. And you make another save. And this time, as you fail your save, he wraps the chain around you. And as the spikes start to dig in, the last thing you see before passing out from blood loss is him shaking his head, sadly, just fucking rookies.
And I say,
And then
you're short.
sure, and then you guys all lose consciousness. Do you guys want to continue today or pick up next time?
I'm down for whatever.
Probably pick up next time. It's 2-ish.
All right. Yeah, I know this is normally about the time I would ask if you guys want to stop. So that'll be the end of the second session.